Welcome back to Green is Good, and we're so honored to have with us today Cort Atkinson. She's the CEO and co-founder of Ocean Exchange. Welcome to Green is Good, Cort.
Well, thank you.
Cort, you know, Ocean Exchange is just a wonderful organization. But before we get into that and our interview today, I just want you to share a little bit about the Cort Atkinson story. You know, your journey. How did you end up here? How did you end up co-founding this great organization, and what led you up to this?
I have spent a fabulous career as a consultant. I call myself a problem junkie. So I spent many, many years working with a lot of different companies in a lot of different ways, helping them to be better. And when I retired and moved to Savannah, the Savannah community was interested in having a business-focused event. And I was interested in just doing a little bit of volunteer work on the side. And we went around and interviewed a lot of the business leaders about kind of what they envisioned. And it was fascinating. What came back was that they were not interested in talking about the problem. They, as a business community, were always interested in the people that had the solution. And that was really something that kept being repeated as part of the DNA of the Savannah community, which has this big international port. And so we sat back and designed Ocean Exchange around showcasing those innovators from around the world that are doing amazing things. And it's taken on, had fabulous impact already.
So when did you found this organization?
We founded this in September of 2010. We brought together our International Board of Governors for the first time to talk to them about what we were going to do.
Got it. And I'm just for our listeners out there, I'm on your beautiful website. It's Ocean Exchange with the EXCHANGE.org, oceanexchange.org. It is just a beautiful website with tons of information and lots of ways to connect. So I just wanted to share that with our listeners out there. So in late 2010, you founded it. And how's it been going since?
It's been going great. We connect and search for solution creators around the globe that have what we call transformative solutions, solutions that really have the ability to change for the good, how industries are operating. And our board is very passionate about what we do, and they invite a set of delegates to come to Savannah every year to see the top solutions. And they get very excited about what they see. And in 2 years, the solutions that have come here and presented, great things have happened to them because they're great solutions. And we just get a group of advocates working informally with them to open doors and help people become aware of what they're doing and accelerate their adoption.
Interesting. Cort, why the focus on the ocean? Is it because you're down in the Savannah area, or is it something that was always your passion, or something else? Can you just share with our listeners a little bit about how you came up with the name Ocean Exchange?
Part of it, we started because we're in Savannah and has such a fabulous international port.
Right.
And our focus was initially to be on ocean. Again, we were focusing on solutions, not problems, and the Ocean Exchange, the goal of it was to reconnect people with the fabulous things that are going on relative to ocean, the solutions that people are coming up with, sort of step over that drone of all the bad things that people are doing to the ocean and to ocean animals that were really disconnecting audiences from working on solving ocean issues.
Gotcha.
And so first year, that was great. We stepped over that very happily into solutions and innovators and showcasing people that are doing amazing things. And our board very quickly found that the next challenge was that that when we talked to people that were working in the forestry industry, they'd say that's such a great project, but we're not connected to that at all. And then we realized that our next move was to help organizations everywhere understand that the ocean, that what you do on land impacts what's going on in the ocean. So we are the ocean exchange because we really feel the ocean is the strongest force on Earth relative to driving positive things for the environment and for economies and for health. So that's why we're the ocean exchange, and we'll be showcasing solutions that are having a positive impact even beyond just in the ocean.
For our listeners out there that aren't familiar with your great organization, Ocean Exchange, and again, it's oceanexchange.org if you want to watch and look at all the great things Cort Atkinson's up to with her great team. How does it actually work? People submit ideas to you? Do they send business plans? How does your whole competition or exchange work, and what's the evolution on a typical annual year?
In September, our board will come up with a theme that they want us to promote as far as gathering solutions.
Right.
And the theme is usually very broad, which sets us apart. So this year, our theme is showcasing solutions that reduce the use of nature's resources or waste at the same time as you increase economic well-being or productivity.
Got it.
Now, that's really broad. You can have a water-based solution, an energy-based solution. You can have all sorts of solutions. So then we go out with a team, and we actually look for really, really cool innovators, best-in-class innovators that are doing things that we think will have transformative power. We do some press on it, but we have found that our innovators are usually pretty heads down doing great work. And the best way is we actually have to have teams searching in different countries, looking for the best of the best, and reaching out to those individuals and saying, we would like you to apply to have your solution registered on the Ocean Exchange. And we have a panel of experts, and they're actually working right now, who look at the solutions that are registered, and they independently rate them, and then they have a call, and their job is to pick those ones that should come to the Ocean Exchange in September in Savannah and present and meet our delegates.
Got it. So give me a couple of examples for our listeners out there, Cort, of cool innovations that you've seen over the last 3 years.
We have had some amazing things. We've got 29 solutions that have really been showcased in the last 2 years.
Okay.
And but an example would be 2 years ago, out of California, a solution came, and it was called a wave glider. It looks like a robotic. It looks like a surfboard that has solar panels on the top, and hanging down underneath it is this really cool device. It's on our website, and that device allows it to move based off of wave power. So imagine a surfboard that you can drop off of a dock that's remotely controlled, that can go anywhere, and you can attach all sorts of sensors and things to it, and it just runs forever. And it won the Gulfstream Navigator Award in 2011, and in the last 2 years, it has gone on and is transforming, the approaches in multiple industries, whether it's the energy industry and how they monitor what's going on around a site, or whether that is in ocean research, where they're taking a look at temperatures and counting fish and monitoring sharks and monitoring water temperature, all those kinds of things. The wave gliders are just, now being used all around the world.
Got it.
Neat.
So these solutions, these aren't just theoretical solutions. These are solutions that are actually either being implemented already or can be implemented soon thereafter.
You have to have to. We love the innovators that can take an idea and make it real. So you have to have a working prototype to be registered on the Ocean Exchange.
Got it.
There are other great venues for people to have ideas and want people to help them with their ideas, but you have to have a working prototype, and that's what makes the Ocean Exchange so powerful. Is for our delegates that come, they're coming to 2 days where they are seeing solutions that work, and they're available today. Now, they may be, a working solution that's not gone to market yet, or they could be one that's already in the marketplace but really needs to have its adoption accelerated internationally.
And is that what makes you differentiate you from other innovation contests out there, or is there other markers too that you look to?
That's definitely one of the major differences that we have.
Okay.
I think the other difference that happens is for the fact that we assemble a team of very well-connected delegates to see these solutions, and they are experts in their own right and have powerful networks, and they see these solutions and they really get engaged with some of these. And so then they work as teams informally to help advance these solutions. And so it's creating a very, very positive network that helps open doors, help people get through IP or help people get through any kind of regulatory testing or things like that around the world.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense. So after and how many people come? How many of those panelists are there that come to meet your finalists?
Our board invites 150 voting delegates.
Wow.
To come. And what's amazing about our worldwide sponsors that also sets us apart is that we have two $100,000 prizes, one from Gulfstream Aerospace, and one from Wallenius Wilhelmsen Logistics, which is in the shipping logistics. And the delegates that come actually select during the course of the 2 days who will win those prizes, as opposed to it being, an expert panel of 10 that are controlled. It's the delegates come and really talk about these solutions. What we know is that the solution creator is solving a problem with their solution. And many times they're so close to it, they have no understanding of the power of the solution they have created. And our delegates have the best time when they see these solutions, and they can home in on what is it that's making this solution so amazing, and how many different industries could be better as a result of using that solution, maybe in a different way. But so you think about the laser or Velcro, and how those now have so many different uses. That's the type of work that the Ocean Exchange does.
That's so interesting. So 150 delegates, how many presenters come to meet those 150 delegates? How many finalists come to meet them?
We invite 10.
10, so it's 10. Yeah.
10 entrepreneurial solutions come to present. And we also showcase 3 industry excellence. So the Ocean Exchange is interested in entrepreneurial solutions, but we also are interested in helping everybody know what are some of the great innovations that are being done in major industries. So
what's come across to me in the readings about you, Cort, and your organization is that you use the statement "brains on fire." I've never heard that, but I want you to define that for our listeners out there, because I'm very interested myself on what you mean by that.
It's what when we had our first meeting. This is what happens to our delegates. It also happens to our solutions review group.
Okay.
So they look at a solution.
Right.
I mean, first of all, the delegate is well respected in a discipline, and so these are people that know what they're doing, and they come to the exchange and they see things they didn't know about.
Right.
So already they're leaning in. They're going, "You didn't tell me about," so that they're already excited.
Right.
And they have insights that they bring to the table about that solution and what they should be thinking about from their perspective. And then we put them at a table with 9 other people from very, very different industries with very different perspectives, and they're thinking, "Oh, I never would have looked at it that way."
Right.
And so all of a sudden they're having to step and look at a solution from a very, very different perspective and hear how other industries look at things. So, they're all engaged and keep talking. By the end of the 2 days, all of a sudden they are starting to realize that solution 1 and solution 5 are related, and we're missing a connecting piece, and that's what's next. When we talk about brains on fire, it's that you have very, very smart people really working together, focused around these solutions, and then they start realizing the solutions are connected and what needs to happen next. So when Waveglider came the first year, what happened was when Waveglider left, they realized that, yes, they were an autonomous vehicle, but the most important thing is that there needs to be a ocean data information organization. Otherwise, the Waveglider is just a small piece. So it totally opened the door saying, who's going to be that? Who's going to create that industry? So that's what happens with Brains on Fire.
So this is so fascinating. Yeah.
And at the end of, it's a 2-day thing, and so they have formal discussion times,
right,
and then they have informal social times, and they're so busy talking. At the end of the evening, I walk around and I say, okay, it's time to go home. And they just keep talking, and I turn out the lights, and, we do all this stuff, and finally I have to say, we are closing the doors on you. You must go home and come back tomorrow to talk. It's just it's so unique and a very engaging time for these delegates and these solution creators.
That's so interesting. So the delegates really get to interact with the solution creators, the finalists, and there is a lot of beyond the $100,000 awards, which I get, because there's lots of wonderful innovators that need money to advance their genius, their art, their invention. But beyond that, you have 150 delegates that are big connectors, that are big thought leaders that can help connect the dots for these ecopreneurs, entrepreneurs, innovators that can take them to the next level also. So it's way beyond the $100,000 awards.
Correct. It's way beyond. And even if you don't win the $100,000 award, you've made connections that are of people that are following up with you to help you get through all of the gates you need to get through and connect you with people who are going to be able to buy your service, introduce your service around the globe.
Cort, we're down to the last minute, and is there any last thoughts or words that you want to share with our listeners about Ocean Exchange and all the great work that you're doing, or any thoughts of wisdom that you want to leave with our folks out there in Radio Land?
I think that the most important thing is to recognize how many wonderful innovators there are out there today that are doing fabulous things. And when you see one, make sure you turn to them and say, have you registered that solution on the Ocean Exchange so other people can use it? I have to do my last one as a pitch. These innovators are absolutely fabulous, and they're so busy working, they need people to look at them and say, wait a minute, list it on the Ocean Exchange and they can help you.
That is so nice. And for our listeners out there that want to learn more or they want to submit an idea to Cort's great organization, please go to www.oceanexchange.org. It's a wonderful organization. We need more people like you, Cort Atkinson, that are changing the world. You are an inspirational catalyst for positive change and truly living proof that green is good.